Today on Rappler. The International Criminal Court prosecution strongly opposes the interim release of Rodrigo Duterte. Israel orders strikes on Tehran as it claims Iran violated the ceasefire. More than 200 foreigners rescued from scam centers are still stuck near the Thai-Myanmar border. Former journalist and human rights activist Ali Macalintal was shot dead in General Santos City. And Ayala defeats world number 61 Lucia Bronzetti to advance in the Eastbourne Open. The International Criminal Court prosecution strongly opposes the interim release of Rodrigo Duterte. The filing was made public Tuesday, June 24. The prosecution says the continued detention of Mr. Duterte remains necessary because the constituent conditions set out are met. The prosecution therefore strongly opposes Mr. Duterte's interim release to unnamed country. The filing was signed by Deputy Prosecutor May Manyayan, taking the place of Prosecutor Karim Khan, who is on leave. This is contrary to the claim of Duterte's defense lawyer Nicholas Kaufman that the prosecution is committed not to oppose the request. Kaufman wrote in the request that, quote, "The prosecution has confirmed its non-opposition to interim release." It turns out the prosecution agreed to an interim release to another country, and not Duterte's chosen country. The prosecution's filing says, "For absolute clarity, the prosecution has not agreed in any way to conditions for interim release to Duterte's chosen country or anywhere else in the world, other than the prosecution's chosen country. The two countries remain unknown and are redacted in the public versions of the filing." Asked for comment, Kaufman told Rappler, "Any statement that I make will be made by way of court filing." Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz orders the military to strike Tehran in response to missiles he claimed Iran fired, breaking the ceasefire announced earlier by US President Donald Trump. But Iran ISNA student news agency says reports that missile attacks persisted after the ceasefire were false. A few hours later, Trump posted on Truth Social, quote, "The ceasefire is now in effect. Please do not violate it." A White House official says Trump made a deal during a call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Israel reportedly agreed to the ceasefire as long as Iran did not launch more attacks. However, Israel did not confirm the ceasefire, and its military says it saw missiles launched from Iran toward Israel early Tuesday. While an Iranian officer confirms Tehran agreed to a ceasefire, the country's foreign minister says the fighting would not stop unless Israel ended its attacks. A local rebel group says more than 200 foreign nationals rescued from scam centers in eastern Myanmar are still stuck near the border with Thailand. For years, criminal groups have trafficked hundreds of thousands of people to scam sites in Southeast Asia, including near the Thai-Myanmar border, where victims are forced to work in illegal online scams. Karen National Army, a rebel group that claims to have repatriated more than 8,000 foreign nationals after rescuing them from scam centers, says it was currently housing 216 people, including citizens of Vietnam, China, the Philippines, and Indonesia. Since February, Thailand has cut off electricity, internet, and fuel to 5 Myanmar border areas to stop scam centers. Thailand's Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra says her government also plans to cut electricity to illegal sites in Cambodia as ties between the two countries worsen. Former journalist and human rights worker Ali Macalintal was killed in General Santos City on Monday, June 23. She served as Karapatan's Deputy Secretary General for Soc-Sargent and was a former broadcaster for RPN-XDX. Mindanao-based Davao Today reported Macalintal was killed by an unidentified gunman while inside an acupuncture clinic at around 7 a.m. on Monday. Reports said the assailant entered the clinic and opened fire, then fled on board a motorcycle. Macalintal was brought to the hospital but was later pronounced dead on arrival after sustaining 3 gunshot wounds. As part of Karapatan, Macalintal co-organized and took part in several fact-finding missions in Mindanao to help victims of alleged human rights violations, especially at the height of the martial law declaration in Mindanao under the Rodrigo Duterte administration. Ayala earned a smooth and quick win on Monday, June 23, 6-0, 6-1 against Lucia Bronzetti of Italy in the opening round of the WTA 250 Lexus Eastbourne Open main draw. After a 3-set win over world number 56 Hailey Baptiste in the qualifiers, Ayala faced a well-rested Bronzetti. But Ayala showed no signs of fatigue as she dominated her opponent from start to finish. The 20-year-old Ayala did not face a break point and broke Bronzetti 3 times, winning the first set in just 24 minutes. Bronzetti hoped for a better showing in the second set, but Ayala took control early with a 3-1 lead. Ayala broke Bronzetti's serve for the 5th time to lead 5-1, eventually winning the match. And that's today's wrap. I'm Kara Oliver. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.